Dubai's ready property market transaction volume fell by 39% year on year in April 2026. For the first time since 2021, the market has shifted. The National reported it yesterday. CBRE and BlackBrick have both confirmed it. The phrase being used is buyer's market. In this video, I'm breaking down exactly what caused the shift, which area it hit the hardest, how to negotiate in a buyer's market, and critically, how long this window stays open before conditions tighten again. So if you've been watching Dubai property from the sidelines, pay close attention to the next 10 minutes. Three things that converged in Q1 and Q2 of 2026. First, supply. Dubai has approximately 120,000 units completing in 2026. That's the biggest delivery year in the history. When supply hits faster than population absorbs it, ready inventory builds up, sellers compete. Second, the off-plan dominance effect. 74% of the buyers in the first 4 months of 2026 chose off-plan. That left the ready market with roughly 26% of buyer demand and a growing supplying stack. Sellers who need to transact are transacting at a negotiated price. Third, global caution. Sales price growth has moderated from 20% plus to 9% year on year. That's still growing, but it's slowed enough that the urgency has left the buyer's psychology. Buyers are patient now, sellers, not so much. The buyer's market is not uniform across Dubai. Ready apartments in JVC, Business Bay, are showing the most negotiation. These are high supply, high competitive corridors, and sellers here are under pressure. Units have been sitting on the portals for way longer. Prime areas like Palm Jumeirah, Emirates Hills, the Jumeirah Island are structurally undersupplied. Negotiation is happening, but it's smaller, 3 to 5% of asking, not 10 to 15% for the areas before. The biggest gaps are in mid-market ready apartments from 1 million to 2 million dirham range, ready to move in, one bedroom. Sellers are extremely motivated, and that's where buyers have the most leverage right now. The villa market obviously is different. Don't compare apartments and villas. They are two separate markets altogether. Villas and townhouses in Dubai saw a price growth of 12 to 18% year on year, even through Q1. Even in a softening cycle, villa supply is structurally short. Dubai has a land constraint. You cannot build unlimited villas. So if you're targeting Dubai Hills, Arabian ranches, Tilal Al Ghaf, the buyer market barely applies. Negotiation is minimal. Demand is consistent. Sellers know this. The buyer's market window is almost entirely in the apartment segment. Be specific about where you're looking before assuming the leverage is yours. How to negotiate right now? Number one, and the most important of it all, be practical, be specific. Step one, target properties listed for more than 60 days. Portals like Property Finder by you show listing dates, use them. 60-day plus listing means motivated seller. Step two, always request the seller's original purchase price. If a seller bought in 2019 at 900,000 and listing at 1.6 million, they have room. If they've bought it in 2023 at 1.4 and they're listing at 1.6, some room. Step three, come with a clean offer. Cash or pre-approved mortgage. In a buyer's market, a clean, fast close is itself a negotiating lever. Step four, know your walkaway number before you walk in. See, BlackBrick's CEO this week said, we are now in a calmer window where buyers can negotiate properly and secure quality assets before conditions recur. So the window is finite. When does the window close? This is a critical question. 120,000 units completing in this year. But obviously, 30 to 40% of Dubai's projected supply typically delays or phases. Effective new supply landing may be 120,000 units completing in 2026. But obviously, 30 to 40% of Dubai's projected supply typically delays. So, effective new supply landing may be somewhere around 70,000 to 85,000 units. Dubai's population grew over by 100,000 people in 2025. Obviously, the reaction of current conflict is still unknown. We're going to see this in the next quarter's report. However, the absorption math has broken down. It's been temporarily paused. The UAE's credit rating reaffirmed by S&P this week. Signals institutional confidence, and it shows the confidence remains intact. What are the experts' consensus? So CBRE, JLL, BlackRock points out to Q3 2026 as a period when conditions begin to tighten again. If that's right, buyers who move in May, June capture the deepest part of the dip. This is not a crash. It is a recalibration, and recalibrations in Dubai have historically been short. So let me just add the Abu Dhabi comparison here, because Abu Dhabi's market is something everybody's been looking at. One point worth making before the close is Abu Dhabi is not in a buyer's market. Transactions more than doubled in Q1 2026. Hudayriyat Island alone recorded 11.97 billion in just one quarter. So if you have 3 million dirhams or above and are comfortable with Abu Dhabi, I would recommend to look at Abu Dhabi as an option as well. The conditions are reversed. Abu Dhabi is a seller's market. Buyers are competing. Prices are firm. Coming back to Dubai, Dubai's window is right now. Abu Dhabi's trajectory is longer term. Know which market matches your budget, timeline, and obviously the risk profile before you decide where to look. Dubai's ready apartment market is the most negotiable it's been since 2021. The best opportunities are again in mid-market apartments or townhouses. If your budget is between 1 million to 2.5 million, in high supply corridors, villa markets are holding firm, but townhouses and apartments is something to target. Abu Dhabi is running in the exact opposite direction. The window based on supply absorption and population growth likely closes in Q3 2026. So my recommendation is, if you've been watching, stop watching. Not the video, but the market. Come in with a clean offer on a 60-day plus listing in a corridor with real supply, and you will get a price you wouldn't have gotten in the last 4 years. Comment market and I'll send you a full breakdown, the specific areas where sellers are negotiating the hardest, the unit types, and the questions to ask before you make an actual offer.